the uncomfortable truth. No one wants to think about, but everyone needs to know. Have you ever wondered how the body changes as death approaches? We often avoid talking about death. It brings feelings of anxiety, fear, and even sadness. But whether we like it or not, it is an inevitable part of life. The most important thing is not to avoid it, but to understand, prepare for, and accept it with peace of mind. The truth is, the human body does not shut down suddenly. It sends out subtle signals well in advance, sometimes weeks, days, or just hours before passing. Some people experience extreme fatigue and sleep more. Others lose interest in food or notice changes in their breathing. These signs are not frightening. They are simply the body's way of preparing for its final journey. Why is this important to know? If you or a loved one are nearing the end of life, understanding these signs can help you stay calm instead of feeling scared or confused. It allows you to create a peaceful and comforting space, ensuring a gentle and dignified passing. Most importantly, it helps you cherish the final moments together, leaving no room for regrets. So, what are the 5 most important signs that indicate the body is preparing for departure? And how can you help your loved ones or yourself experience this stage with peace and dignity? Let's explore them now. Sign number 1, extreme fatigue and loss of energy. Do you feel like you're losing energy even when doing nothing? Are you sleeping more than usual but still feeling exhausted? This is not just ordinary tiredness. It's a sign that the body is shutting down non-essential functions. Why does this happen? As death nears, the body's metabolism slows down, requiring less energy. The body redirects its remaining resources to essential functions, leading to dizziness, weakness, and a lack of vitality. Real-life story. Richard and his endless sleep. Richard, 85, was once full of energy, but in the last few months of his life, he started sleeping almost all day, only waking up for a few hours at a time. At first, his family thought he was just aging and needed more rest. But when he could hardly stay awake to talk, they realized this was his body's way of preparing for the end. Advice: don't force yourself or a loved one to stay active as usual. Allow more rest and create a peaceful environment. If you are caring for an elderly person with this symptom, respect their natural rhythm instead of trying to bring them back to daily routines. If you or a loved one is sleeping more and feeling exhausted for no clear reason, take this sign seriously. Sign number 2, loss of appetite and changes in water intake. Have you lost interest in food? Do meals no longer appeal to you, and even drinking water feels difficult? This is not just a sign of aging. It is the body's natural process of shutting down. Why does this happen? As death approaches, digestion slows and the body no longer requires as much food. The ability to absorb nutrients weakens, reducing feelings of hunger. The sensation of thirst decreases, leading to faster dehydration. Real-life story. Margaret and her last meal. Margaret, 92, loved cooking. But in the final weeks of her life, she refused all her favorite meals. Her family tried to encourage her, but she only sipped a few drops of water before turning away. They didn't realize that this wasn't a psychological issue. It was her body naturally shutting down unnecessary functions. Advice: don't force someone to eat if they don't want to. Let them eat whatever they enjoy, even if it's just a small bite. Keep them hydrated with small spoonfuls of water or a damp cloth on their lips. Understand that this is a natural part of the dying process. It's not about giving up. If someone starts refusing food and drink, change your approach. Rather than forcing, gently support them. IGN number 3, changes in breathing pattern. Have you noticed that your breathing is no longer as steady as before? Do you sometimes take shallow breaths or even pause breathing for a moment? Why does this happen? As the nervous system weakens, the body loses its ability to regulate breathing efficiently. The lungs gradually weaken, making it harder to take in enough oxygen. Some individuals may experience rapid breathing, followed by short pauses before taking a deep breath. This is known as Cheney-Stokes breathing, a common pattern in the final stages of life. Real-life story: Mr. James and his last breaths. Mr. James, 88 years old, had relatively stable health. However, in his final days, his family noticed his breathing becoming heavier, sometimes rapid, other times stopping for a few seconds. At first, they panicked, thinking he was in distress. But after consulting a doctor, they learned that this was a natural sign of the body nearing the end of life. Tips: keep the environment well ventilated to help the patient breathe more easily. If they show signs of difficulty breathing, try letting them lie on their side instead of flat on their back. Do not panic if they stop breathing for a moment. This is part of the natural process. Use an oxygen machine or a gentle fan to improve air circulation. If you notice changes in someone's breathing pattern, focus on ensuring their comfort. Sign number 4. Cold hands and feet. Skin. Color changes. Have you noticed that your hands, feet, or the knees are becoming colder? Or that your skin is turning pale blue or purple? This could be a sign that the circulatory system is shutting down, one of the clearest indicators that the body is gradually closing. Why does this happen? As death approaches, the body prioritizes sending blood to vital organs like the heart and brain, reducing circulation to the limbs. Blood pressure drops, and circulation weakens significantly. The skin may develop bluish or purplish blotches, especially on the hands, feet, and knees, signs of constricted blood vessels and a weakening circulatory system. Real-life story: Mrs. Alice and her cold hands. Mrs. Alice, 91 years old, lived with her grandchildren in her final years. One day, her granddaughter noticed that her hands were cold and slightly blue, even though the room was warm. When the family took her to the hospital, the doctor explained that this was a sign that her body was gradually shutting down. Tips: keep the patient warm with soft blankets, avoiding extreme cold temperatures. Do not use hot packs, as their skin becomes sensitive and prone to burns. Gently massage their hands and feet to help improve circulation. Do not panic. This is a natural part of the body's transition. If you notice cold limbs and skin discoloration, focus on keeping the patient warm and comfortable. Sign number 5. Changes in mental state and awareness. Have you noticed someone becoming disoriented, struggling to focus, or talking about things that others cannot see? Why does this happen? As the body weakens, the brain gradually loses its ability to process information normally. Some individuals may become confused, speak incoherently, or even see deceased loved ones. This phenomenon is common and often appears days or hours before passing. Real-life story: Mr. Henry and his mysterious words. Mr. Henry, 87 years old, had always been very sharp-minded. However, in the last week before he passed, he started talking to his mother, who had passed away 30 years ago. His family initially thought he was hallucinating, but the doctor explained that this was a natural sign of the body's transition. Tips: avoid correcting or arguing. Listen with understanding. Maintain a calm, quiet environment to help them feel safe. Reassure them gently if they appear confused. Spend time with them. Sometimes your presence is all they need. If someone is experiencing mental changes, be patient and provide as much comfort as possible. Living a more meaningful life by accepting death as a part of it. There is one undeniable truth we all must face: no one can escape death, but that doesn't mean we should live in fear. On the contrary, understanding and accepting death allows us to cherish every moment of life even more. Knowing that death is a natural part of this journey, you can slow down and spend more quality time with your loved ones. Don't wait to express love or apologize, because no one knows when it will be the last time. Take care of your health now so that when the time comes, you can leave peacefully, without regrets. And most importantly, understand that death is not the end. It is a transition. If you are caring for a loved one in their final days, remember that your presence is what matters most. Sometimes, simply being there, holding their hand, and listening to them is enough to bring them peace. We cannot decide when we will leave, but we can choose how we live right now. So live in a way that, when you look back, you can smile without regrets. Have you ever experienced this moment with a loved one? Share your thoughts in the comments to help others prepare better. If you found this post helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more important insights on health and life.